What's up, y'all? Y'all know who it is. Your boy JP here, hoping to make your install life a whole lot easier. Today I'm going to show you how to install this LC1I. We have a non-amplified Toyota, and we're going to make this extremely easy because we have the audio integration T-harness. What this allows us to do is the factory plug out of the radio, plugging inside this female end, plug this inside the radio, and then it's going to give us a 12-volt constant ground and ignition, and that's going to allow us to run these wires to power our LC1I, and then we will get a remote output coming out of the LC1I going to our amplifier. So usually with your audio integration T-harness, when you're hooking up a 4-channel amplifier, you have one side that's going to be made for signal and one side that's going to be made for power. So this will be going to the LC1I or the LOC by itself, and then this one will be going to your amplifier because your amp will be powering the speakers. But we're only hooking up a subwoofer or monoblock amplifier, so we don't need to cut away any type of speaker wires. We need these to still play. We just need to get signal from it. So what we want to do is we want to use the pigtail ends, and we want to match all the colors up. So it's going to be solid white to solid white, and solid white black stripe to solid white black stripe, and we're going to do the same thing with the grays. And once we do that, when we hook this inside of here, this is going to get signal high level, and the speaker wires are still going to be able to play, and then we're going to be able to get a low level signal coming out. So if you're going to be adding an amplifier utilizing these pigtails, you need to make sure that we tie these together. So for my 18 gauge primary wires, we have quite a few. We have white and black, and then we also have a gray and black. These are going to be paired up for our high level speaker wires, and then we have a blue for remote, black for ground, yellow for 12-volt constant, and red for ignition. Now I don't like spinning 4 wires together, so we're definitely going to do 2 and 2. The reason that I did the yellow with the black and the red with the blue, the ground and the 12 volts is close together on our LC1I, and the remote input and remote output is close together on the LC1I. So we're going to use red for ignition. That's going to actually turn on the LC1I, and we're going to use the blue for remote output to turn on our amplifier. And we're actually not going to do nothing too crazy with the zip ties on this one. I have some zip ties that actually have a screw hole at the top. We're going to try something a little different. We're going to stop that right there because I don't need this whole piece. I'm probably going to cut it off, maybe right here. Input side, just want to crank some ferrules on this. Gave myself about 3 feet of wire on both the power, ground, remote input, and remote output, along with the speaker wires, because I didn't know exactly where I wanted to mount the LC1I. Just in case if this thing has to mount in the center console, we should be good. Now what we want to do is solder on the quick disconnect ends that comes from the audio integration T-harness, and then after we get done doing that, we're going to slide the heat shrink up, make sure that that's nice and secure, and then we want to wrap everything up with some tested tape just to clean everything up. There we have the LC1 now. We got everything hooked up, just some quick little zip ties on it. Now we tested taped all this stuff right here, got done soldering all the ends. This is going to be a quick little bullet connector to go to the remote that goes to our amp, and these 2 ends are going to plug into our T-harness. So we're going to go ahead and mount this up under the radio, pull this radio out, and get that plugged up. So we have the 2 males coming out of the radio being plugged into our harness. Then we're going to take these males on the T-harness side, plug them back into the radio. Alright, so that's about it. We got the T-harness hooked up here, we got our speaker wires hooked up for signal, and we have our power hooked up right here. All that's going down to the bottom, so when I turn this on, Boom. So now that this has power, it's receiving high level signal from the audio integration harness coming from our radio, and it is outputting low level signal going to the amplifier. And that's going to be about it. If you guys find any type of value in the video, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment if you want to. Till next time, it's your boy JP signing out, telling y'all to keep going, keep growing, and have a blessed day. Peace.